Hello, today's the 23rd of August 2013, and this is episode 2 of the Super Shumi Show. This is where we review anime, manga, or games. I'm your host, Jen, and today with me is my big buddy co-host, Arkuz.
Yay!
Alright, now let's get this train wreck a-rolling. Alright, how you been, man?
It's okay, I'm just a little busy these days because of all that crap you loaded on me.
To the guys who don't know, I gave Arkuz Tales of Grace's F like many months ago, didn't it?
Last year.
Yeah, last year, was it?
Last fucking year.
Yeah, and it's been sitting there in the freaking shelf for like months until you like decided to whip it out months later.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and I didn't know it was a lot of work, and so I just spent like 3 hours almost every night trying to beat it. But now that I have an even higher workload, it's impossible to finish.
I know. Have you even played any other JRPGs before?
I remember I played Final Fantasy IV a few years ago.
4.
Yeah, that's the one with Cecil.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
And that's about it, I think.
Like, have you seen like the more modern-looking Cecils, like in the later, like the more modern?
Yeah, I played Dissidia as well. That's a good game.
I have both of them.
Yeah, Dissidia is the one where you play as the actual Final Fantasy heroes against other Final Fantasy heroes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
They got a like updated look and like really over the top like action sequences and shit.
I remember I was playing it with a friend back then, and we were just taking turns trying to omni-slash each other with a cloud. It just turned into a big clusterfuck in the end.
Nah, man, I love my Squall. My Squall is like unstoppable. I think I like broken my game in terms of like menu customization because because I was trying to harvest I think gold or something or experience, and then I was looking up this technique in the internet saying like, oh, you gotta tweak this, you gotta make it like everything is an instant kill, and then you get this much XP and shit, and then you just gotta keep grinding, and then once I started doing that, then it became not fun.
Oh, God.
And not only that, like the stories is so fucking. It's
not very good, obviously.
It's not even like a generic JRPG where you have like an actual story or setting. This thing is like you're in an alternate dimension and everybody's here, and then why must we fight? We gotta fight to move on and
God.
be inspired, and like the context is like very pretentious.
And then you see, like, the worst part is that, okay, you have Cloud, you have Squall, and then you have Titus in the same room. And then you have Squall who's not gonna say shit. Cloud's just listening to his fucking My Chemical Romance. And then you can see Titus just playing football in the back. What the fuck?
At least Titus is like the most normal guy.
Yeah, but he throws a fucking ball at me in the game.
He did? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's his shit, you know?
Yeah.
He throws balls at me.
Yeah, you've been playing Tales of Graces, and what other shit you've been are you up to? Are you watching other shows other than the stuff we're gonna talk about?
I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I found it really, really interesting. Maybe we should talk about it for our next episode. But
we will.
We're also watching Kamen Rider Wizard and Garo. And you probably know what the hell happened with Wizard by now because of all that time I've been talking about it. Yeah. I just hope it ends early because it's a big fucking disgrace. Seriously.
It's just like around how many episodes to go?
Oh god. We thought it's going to be 49 episodes. It turns out there's going to be 53. And there's only 48 right now. So, oh my god, this is the longest Kamen Rider season of all time. And it's not a good thing, you know?
What about Garo?
Oh, Garo?
Is it any better, or is it getting worse?
You've seen Garo before, haven't you?
A little bit.
Well, I would say that this season of Garo has nothing to do with the originals because of how far into the future this is. And
is it the same universe, only future?
It's the same universe, but it's set in the far future where all the main characters you loved and cared about in the first 2 seasons are basically dead or just somewhere like having honeymoon or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the worst part is that for a show which is known for its hyper battles, this show has maybe over 30 seconds of Garo suits per episodes.
And most of the time they're just like normal people
Yeah, they're just
acting.
normal people fighting, and then suddenly they basically pull out the suit, kills him, and then turns off all in the span of 30 seconds.
Why is that, by the way? Is it just
The
you're not really selling your show if you're not showing the suit in
Yeah,
action?
I think the creator of the show, Mr. Amamiya, I think his name is. Yeah, he's not working on Garo anymore, and he's working on other projects.
Yeah.
So he doesn't exactly have rights or anything over this season.
Right.
Meanwhile, he's going off and making some kind of Garaigan, some kind of mythical magic show in the future with Inoue Toshiki.
Who's that?
He's the writer for Kamen Rider Agito and Kamen Rider 5 back in the day.
Oh, jeez.
Since he's known for his, like, if you've seen some of the other Kamen Rider movies, when you see scenes where it's, like, ultra melodramatic with, like, scenes of people dancing ballerina style where a fight is going on, that's the shit that he writes. Yeah, stuff that isn't really relevant to Kamen Rider, but he puts it in anyways. Yeah, he's a troll writer.
So, how many episodes in the current Garo is it at the moment?
It's up to, I think, episode 20. I think there's only maybe 25, 26 episodes as usual. It's actually getting better these days because they're showing the suits more and more often because shit's getting real.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I hope it gets better at the end.
Does a season of Garo like wrap up within that 26 episodes usually?
Yeah, usually it ends with the season.
Ah.
So we'll probably conclude what happens in the very end. Maybe we'll have a movie afterwards. We'll see. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Tales of Exilia, bitches!
Oh God.
Oh man, to me so far it is like a very improved formula of the Tales series. I am so right now. I am very guilty of buying the DLC costumes.
Oh my God.
You know why, right?
Because of Idolmaster.
Fuck yeah, man! I was so afraid. Like, there was like two things I was really afraid when they released the localization of Tales of Exilia. One is not to fuck up the opening music, because in the old like in the previous Tales games, like for example Symphonia, Tales of Symphonia had like a Japanese audio track on the intro, but when they localized it for like the US and for Europe, they just replaced it with this like really crappy orchestral song. It's not J-pop at all. It's like completely different music, and they kind of come close with Tales of the Abyss. With Tales of the Abyss, you know the band Bump of Chicken.
Yep.
Yeah, they did a song, their song is called Karma, and that's the intro for Tales of the Abyss. And when they localized it, they only played the instrumental part, and they didn't even include the vocal audio of that song.
That sounds awesome.
That's how it actually the most closest one is actually Tales of Vesperia.
Okay.
Which is an English version of that Japanese intro. I think it's the same thing with Tales of Graces, since Boa can sing English with her song on the intro of Graces, which we will be talking about later. So anyway, yeah, with the intro for Tales of Exilia is freaking Ayumi Hamazaki, man.
Oh man,
fucking!
You're gonna tell me to play the game afterwards, aren't you?
It's really good. And then the combat systems look fun, and then the skits are like mildly funny. It's like there's some weird innuendos in that in some of the skits, man. It's like,
dude, you made me play Tales of Graces F, and there's a fucking load of goddamn boring shit happening, and then you go off and play Exilia, dude. You suck.
You know, Exilia. Yeah, the story in Exilia is better than Graces.
Oh,
actually, most of the old Tales games, their stories are much better than Graces. Because with the Graces, you can see shit like a mile away.
So I'm stuck with garbage while you're playing gold.
Dude, yeah, at least you finished the main quest. Like, we'll talk about Graces later.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much my game.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. But what I've been watching, more Precure.
Oh gosh.
I still haven't finished Futariwa, and I'm slowly like I kind of want to watch like Yes Precure 5, and I like
Shobraku.
Yeah. And this other anime called what you call it, Love Lab.
Love Lab. All right.
You don't know what that is?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's a mid it's a high school, it's a middle school setting where you have this popular girl, and it's a all girl school. That's why they have a popular girl. Everybody likes her because she's so cool. They call her like the wild one because she's like so cool and shit. And then one day she walks into a student council room, and she sees the Miss Perfect student council president making out with a dakimakura, and then her image is like her secret is like out because her image was like a really perfect girl who's always thinking about school and shit. Seeing her full on making out with a dakimakura is just, please don't tell anyone else. And then her reason for that is like she's practicing what it means to be in love, and all the little kind of like cliche things that high school romance would do. Like, like you're late for school, you have a toast in your mouth, and then you turn a corner, you bump into the guy.
Oh no.
That type of shit. Only she would like she would like overdo it and like run at full speed. That kind of type of thing. Like, or when you drop your handkerchief, or
Who brings a dakimakura to school?
actually that like the dakimakura, it's just like it's like a large pillow, only she drew the person herself.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, it's actually pretty funny, and it's animated pretty well as well. Like doing hand motions and like natural like hand movements. Actually, yeah, it feels good, and it's pretty funny. I've only watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes,
Okay.
and it's still ongoing. So yeah,
Sounds really good.
it is actually good. And oh yeah, just want to mention that we went to Smash like
Oh,
2
yeah.
weeks ago. Smash, if you don't know, it's a anime convention. It's heavily on anime, right?
Yeah, it's heavy on anime, and my God, why didn't we do an episode on Smash? Just talking about Smash. Damn it.
The last episode, the first episode we did was like 2 months ago,
Yeah, we should just talk about.
and I released it 1 month ago.
Get your
yeah.
shit together, Jen.
Hey, dude, not my fault. You went to freaking Hong Kong.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Smash was all right,
Smash was actually really fun. It was my first time going to Smash.
and
I
not
saw
be
a
a
lot of-
volunteer, right?
Yeah, not as a volunteer, obviously, because I basically forgot to volunteer like over a few months ago, like in April or March. And so when I got to Supernova and I did my thing, and I spoke with my supervisors, and they're like, "Hey, are you going to Smash as volunteers?" Like, "Oh, can I Oh, I don't know." I was like, "Oh, well, applications is closed, asshole." No. Yeah. So I just came in anyway. Had fun.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised at the amount of cosplays this year because it was really good.
Yeah, like you were really impressed with the Garo one, weren't you?
Yeah.
Fuck
Black
yeah. Yeah, and I got myself a picture with a freaking Colossal Titan as well.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty fun.
And there was like a shit ton of goddamn Shingeki no Kyojin wannabes. Oh my
A
God.
shitload, man. Like you turn your head like behind you and like you see like at least 3 of them.
Yeah, I remember like
shit.
2 years ago when I went to the anime convention, the trend then was the 11th Doctor. And
Was
then
it?
this year, 11th Doctor, like Matt Smith.
Yeah,
And now this year, it's all about the Titans.
it is.
Yeah.
You can't blame it. It's super popular, and it's still ongoing right now. You can still watch it in Crunchyroll.
Oh, don't advertise Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
They're like hell on
Where
earth.
you gonna watch it legitly?
Legitly, yeah.
Yeah, especially here. We're in Australia. We're like bottom feeders here.
Oh my God, we're like in the land down under.
Seriously, man. I think we have fuck. I forgot the service call. I think it's Daisuke or some shit that we can actually pay subscription and just watch online. More like ongoing anime right now. But wow, fuck it.
Okay.
I'm satisfied with subs.
Yeah, I'm satisfied with the
Yeah.
subs. I mean, I work as a online fan translator for Kamen Rider.
Yes, you
So,
have.
yeah, and I find that stuff like that motivates me a little bit, knowing that no one has actually read this stuff before.
Mm-hmm.
So putting this online actually empowers me to keep on going.
Out of the two of us, you have more more understanding of the Japanese language than I do.
Yeah, but I try not to know too much because when you know too much, you turn into a weeaboo, some shit like that.
What do you mean knowing too much? I think it's almost a cool thing.
Yeah, nah.
Oh, would you rather be more like ignorant instead?
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, yo. Don't you know?
I kind of really want to learn more. Look, man, like I bought fucking what you call it? Fan books of all the animes and games that I like, and I can't fucking read it. You know what? I bought because I'm so ashamed that I didn't like post up pictures about it, but I have a Yes Pretty Cure 5, and it's freaking what was it 90% filled with just text of interviews of like the production crew, like how much like, what are their selling techniques and how they were what's it, advertising Pretty Cure 5, what was their focus group and shit. Like I really want to read that shit, but fucking I can't read that at all.
Jen, have you watched Tenacious D?
No.
Well, there's a scene in it where this guy got a Latin scripture about Satan's teeth, and he brought it to the Vatican, and he learned Latin. And then this guy's like, "Hey, why didn't you just get a translator?" And he was like, "And let him read it too." Exactly what's happening right now.
Ah, jeez. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what's going on at the moment. Especially you're doing a shitload of homework, so that's really what's stopping you from like playing more Graces or watching more Jojo.
I kind of want to finish Graces first. I got a lot of anime. I mean, I'm even watching Legend of Galactic Heroes. God bless that anime, honestly.
How many more episodes? Because I know you don't have all the episodes of Galactic Heroes.
Well, I found that the subs you gave me were kind of obsolete because they're from before they released the Blu-rays.
Right.
So I've actually been searching it online. So if you just type in Legend of Galactic Heroes and plus the episode number, you'll find it on YouTube.
All right, so you're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going from there. And they even uploaded all the movies and stuff like that. So that's where I'm gonna watch it.
Far out.
Yeah, I have like maybe 60 episodes left, and I love every episode. My God.
All right, that's cool. I don't need to soil my computer with more Galactic Heroes. I've been downloading like ever since I started watching anime like earlier this year. I decided to catch up on anime. I'm like downloading anime and then like not watching it. I'll go through the first episode like, man, this is shit. Man, this is too ecchi. Like this is too ecchi for me. Like I'm not gonna like stomach it. Like I downloaded the first season of Freezing. I'm like, oh Jesus fucking Christ. It's like there's action but there's movies and there's like fuck. Like
action movies?
Yeah, but it's like when you show like nipples on a like a when they're trying to be a serious like action type anime, like it's too distracting.
Yeah, you want your boobies and your action
because they have like they're naming attacks and like they have their own styles and shit. Like,
it's too distracting, eh? Knowing both things, you can't multitask these days.
Yeah, I know. Like I gotta have a free hand.
Okay.
Fuck.
Warning: PG-18.
So anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Just all for us catching up. Now we're gonna move on to our selected features.
Yay!
Yay! And then our first item that we're gonna talk about is Ore no imoto ga konna ni kawaii wake ga nai.
Short for Oreimo.
Oreimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a kind of like a hot topic, like I don't know, like a week ago.
Not really. We're still talking about it a little bit.
Really?
Well, there's still a lot of debates going on about who actually won in the Game of Thrones. I mean, in Oreimo. So.
You know what? All right, like because we're roughly gonna talk about the first two seasons, mostly second season. To be honest, I thought nobody watched the first season.
I didn't watch it until you
didn't.
Brought it out.
Yeah, that's right. Because like I love the shit out of it. Yeah, seriously, man. I've been like preaching it to everybody. Like, everybody watch Oreimo, watch Oreimo. I'm like, nah.
Yeah, if you don't have a 3DS, what's wrong with you?
Fuck, man. So anyway, Oreimo is about this guy named Kyosuke Kosaka, and then he has a estranged sister named Kirino, and he finds out that Kirino, despite that she's like a perfect role model type of girl, she has her own like part-time job as a like a teen model, and like I know super popular and pretty much perfect, and parents always praising her and shit. And then he finds out one night that she's actually an otaku, and not just a
Find
not,
out one night, hey, come on. It's like mutant powers. Oh, I just suddenly became an otaku.
not suddenly, because she's been at it for like a while. That's the thing. That and like the money that some of the money that she earns from like modeling goes into her freaking eroge. So that's what I'm gonna talk about. Like, not only she's an otaku, but she's a specific niche otaku, which is like focusing on like loving your little sisters. Yeah, you're thinking in like all that right now. Yeah, and she just loves like little sisters. Not in the she says like not in the nasty way, but like in some of the episodes, she just can't help it. Like, oh man, this is good. This etchy scene with that little sister. Oh, she can't help it. And she just like rolls around in bed and she's like happy and shit. So yeah. Anyway, the series is just how Kyosuke is trying to like help. Like in the first season, Kyosuke is trying to keep her secret from her, like pretty much her friends and her parents. But but they slowly kind of like accept like what her hobbies is and who she is. Like, she's not gonna give up on like her eroge stuff and her friends. So they kind of have to like meet halfway. And with all the help of Kyosuke, like Kirino being like a irritating tsundere as she is, she's like Kyosuke, I yes appreciate help and shit, but most of the time she's a bitch. That's why I love her.
Oh hell no!
So yeah, during the course of season 1, you get to be introduced by a plethora of characters. You get to meet her online friends, Saori Bajina.
Salty vagina, which means.
Well, wait, isn't a Bajina like a reference to something else?
I thought that Banaji is also the surname of the protagonist on Gundam Unicorn.
It's something.
But
Yeah.
vagina also means vagina in Japanese.
Do they actually like use the same like what kanji for it? I mean, not kanji, thingy for it.
Yeah, they use the same name for it. So that's why when Kyosuke first heard of Saori vagina, he spit his tea. Yeah.
And then he's surprised by her look as well. Like,
Oh yeah.
like, wait, actually, what do female otakus look like? Because we know what guy otakus look like. You know, like plaid shirts.
Oh, plaid shirts, and they have
They have
the ninja
backpacks.
scroll. Yeah, they have backpacks, and then they have these like poster scrolls within the backpacks.
Yeah.
And then they have a big ass camera, and they're fat.
See, like when you see that, that's kind of exceptional. When we see it, like, oh no, like in Smash, for example, like I see people around with their backpacks and then having like scrolls and shit. But this is a natural occurrence in freaking Japan. So, but if a female otaku, like, that's still a mystery because I don't usually see pictures of female otakus. That's why.
I know a few in my life, and I think they might be fujoshis. I'm not sure.
Is it safe to say that a good number of them are fujoshis?
Yeah, they're kind of rotten. My God. And they play like Animal Crossing and
Yeah.
oh,
Dude, everybody plays Animal Crossing
yeah.
except for me. Yeah.
You suck.
So anyway, she Saori Bajina, because Kirino joined her online social group. She also gets introduced to another interesting character named Kuroneko. Kuroneko, translated as the Black Cat.
Hell yeah. She
And-
is the woman of my dreams.
And she's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
It's either Kuroneko or what you call it, or Kirino's best friend Ayase. you're also introduced with like other like minor characters as well, like what's her name, Kanoko. Ayase is like another friend of Kirino's, which if she doesn't want to do hard work, but eventually became more ambitious to become an idol, so everybody can worship her. Yeah, but it's not the greatest of character development or whatever. But I don't know. I think it's okay for her to be in it. I think she's a good distraction because like so much there's quite a bit of like drama and like I don't know, girls hinting that like, oh, I kind of have a thing for Kyosuke and shit. But man, that's just all in season 1. Season 2, however, it just picks off whatever the end of season 1 was. So I don't want to go through it. It's a spoiler still.
Okay.
So yeah, season 2. I can barely remember season 2.
I think I remember more than you because I think I was the first one to watch it, and then you started watching it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was skimming through stuff.
Okay, so Oreimo season 2. It started around April to August just this year.
Yep.
And it's right where they left off in the first season.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it basically still follows the antics of Kyosuke and her stupid sister. And then and what's a little more different about this season is that they try to wrap up a lot of different things. For example, they try to make Saori feel like a real character instead of just an anime character this time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they also did a lot of different things. For example, they polished up the relationship between characters in between, and the relationships. So there's the relationship between Ayase and Kirino, and there's also Ayase and Manami and all these different characters.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't watch those episodes.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not my favorite either. But also, there's also a lot of good parts. For example, Kirino getting a boyfriend for the first time, and then
Kyosuke that was a big thing.
That was a big thing.
Before season 2 aired, I went ahead and read all the light novel summaries for the like until the latest volume. When I was reading through the summaries, it felt like it wasn't real. If like they're like, yeah, like of course Kirino would have a boyfriend. Like, is this real or not? I'm like clenching my teeth, like, is this true or not? Like, and yeah, she just blurs out.
Like an AKB follower, man. Like, does this bitch have a boyfriend? Yeah. Oh, that can't be true. Oh man.
Yeah, but it was implied. It had a weird hint that she was like, I don't know, she was like getting jealous over. She's getting jealous over nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty much what the whole boyfriend thing was all about. But Kyosuke got her back anyway.
Yeah, but every time Kyosuke has to be the bad guy when he really isn't.
He really isn't for the most part.
Yeah, most of the time it's Kirino's bitching that it made everyone mad.
But that's the thing. Like, is Kyosuke that good enough to be like somebody's boyfriend?
Well,
because like that's what's driving me crazy. Because at the end of season 2, it's finished now, right? Yeah, the story's finished. But why are people still butthurt?
Well, that's because when I think about it, I think that evil always wins. So in this case, Kirino is the biggest evil of all time, and I think that the whole series kind of shows that all these different characters are a lot more interesting than Bitchface. So that's why people are all mad about it.
Interesting, interesting as their like core personality, or is it they're interesting because of their character development?
Dude, did you remember that goddamn episode at the end of season 1 where Kuroneko kisses Kyosuke? Because I remember it vividly. Everybody she is the best girl. Oh, you make an argument? Okay. Kirino or Kuroneko? I would say Kuroneko is winner. Right there.
Because I was satisfied. You know, at the end of season 1, I was satisfied. It was like, it's good. I want to watch more. Okay. And then when I read the summaries, pretty much everybody else I don't like because of this one character. you want? Oh fuck it, I'll just say it's Manami. Everybody was siding with her except for Kirino, and then because of the reason why Kirino doesn't like Manami, I'm 100% behind Kirino all the way. Like Kuroneko is hanging out with Manami, Ayase is hanging out with Manami, and pretty much everybody loves her.
Yeah,
that's
Manami, even though yeah.
Fuck her. Fucking god, man, she's that's the reason. That's the main reason why I don't like her, and then how she influenced the Kosaka siblings.
Okay, let me just summarize season 2 for a bit, and then we'll move on to the OVAs. You want to move on to the OVAs? We'll talk about the OVAs.
Okay, well, all right. You want what? You want to start?
I want to talk about the OVAs.
No, but you want to start spoiling a little. Should we put up a disclaimer for spoilers?
A little bit, yeah. Okay, I'll just spoiler a little bit, guys. So if you want to move on, then I think there will be a number time. Okay, we'll see.
You know. I'm gonna put a timestamp.
Yeah, put a timestamp on
because I know that people are gonna be listening to this in YouTube because I'm gonna make sure it's gonna be uploaded on YouTube. I'm gonna put a timestamp there for from that point on. There will be no more spoilers. Okay. But from here, right now, at this moment, we'll have spoilers. Spoilers, go!
Okay, so summary. Kyosuke goes out with Kuroneko, and then it turns out that was all a hoax because Kuroneko wanted to prove a point for some reason. And then all
to be honest, slow down. To be honest, I was happy for Kyosuke in the summaries.
Yeah, that was kind of sad, actually. But
yeah.
But yeah, okay.
like for Kyosuke, I actually find a proper steady girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm actually happy for him. I mean, no more bitch Kirino. But okay,
I was kind of upset that he is going without her. But how'd that end out? How that turned out?
Yeah. So afterwards, he goes through a phase, and then Kirino cheers her up, and then afterwards, all these different characters are in love with Kyosuke. Afterwards, for example, Kyosuke goes out with Kyosuke has to go and do some kind of exam. They never explain what kind of exam he has to do.
No, I remember this part. Yeah. Even though seriously, I didn't watch all the episodes regarding to that.
Oh god damn.
But I can say.
Are you a pro? Are you a pro, man?
Dude, man, the wait for season 2 was so long that my interest for Oreimo was nearly gone.
Oh god.
And then I turned my attention to freaking was it Strike Witches and Saki at the time.
But yeah, okay. So seriously, they, all these.
How that story went is their parents was, especially her mom, their mom was suspicious of their their relationship. They're getting along too well, so there was a kind of a bet or a test for Kyosuke that he has to pass his mock exam.
Which is kind of fucking retarded, honestly.
If it the circumstances is that he's not allowed to be in the house until he passes his mock exam.
I think that Kirino and Kyosuke's parents are a little too much money because my parents won't fucking do it.
Of course not.
Of course not. It's I'll just rent you a fucking apartment. Go and do your exam over there.
Is that what they did? Is that what they did? They actually.
Yeah. Right. He had to go to a different apartment, and they basically set it up. He has a fridge and a cooking area and books, and he has to study there until he finished that exam.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't their parents just throw money at them while they're at it?
Nah, this is all straight up fiction.
Yeah, Japan.
This is straight up harem setup. This is the beginning of what a harem story would start.
Yeah, something like
because that's the main problem what I have with Oreimo. Because at the start of for the most part of season 1, it was a pure sibling repairing their relationship type of thing. It was in a sense there's no hint of incest or whatever. And not even romance, but it's kind of appreciating each other and then trusting each other and shit. Season 2 it just flat out became harem.
Yeah.
And all the way out to the end of the story.
Okay, so turns out Ayase is in love with Kyosuke too, and so she confesses, but then Kyosuke's like, no, I love someone else. I was like, oh no! And then she cries like a bitch. And then Kyosuke starts getting all smooth operator on everyone. So he's like rejecting everyone around him.
You know what? You don't see Ayasa's ass at all in the OVAs.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You notice that?
Yeah.
She just fucked off. She's like, all right, like, if Oni-chan is not gonna be with me, like, fuck it, I'm gonna I'm gonna go harass another guy.
Yeah, I'll just go to this other visual novel and I'll just harass this guy instead. Yeah. Maybe this time I'll be the main character.
So yeah, go on with your spoiler.
Okay, so yeah, it turns out, and then because I've said that, so Kyosuke and Kuroneko broke up, but then Kuroneko went back to Kyosuke. It's like, hey, I love you again. It's like, and then Kyosuke is like, no, I don't love you anymore.
That is the most weirdest part.
Oh my god.
That is the most weirdest part because
there was no explanation for it, honestly.
Because the main point of Kuroneko is going out with Kyosuke is like help Kirino express her feelings to Kyosuke. And at the end is like the result of that is both of them are not allowed to have boyfriend and girlfriend.
I think Kuroneko was enjoying that relationship, honestly.
Yeah, and because like Kirino, Kuroneko don't want to lose her friend, like her like a status of friend with Kirino. That's why she had to do all that shit, just to be a helpful friend. Like I accept that, but confessing again. She still wants that Kyosuke dick?
Yeah, damn right. Kyosuke is the bitch.
What the? He's like the bitch man. It was so funny. It was so funny that a couple of times he keeps mentioning in the OVAs that all these beautiful girls were all confessing to me. I'm never ever gonna get that chance ever again. that was like the most funniest line.
Motherfucker. Yeah.
The most luckiest bastard of all. He just dumps them all.
Kyosuke should be bros with Rinto from To Love Ro for the amount of pussy they get every day.
Man, I only read one chapter then, and to me, like, ugh.
Yeah, but you know, okay. So moving on. And then they like the final episode of the Oreimo season 2 anime is that it's a backstory back to before the whole thing started.
Yeah.
And actually, that was actually interesting because it showed. It actually gives reason to not hate Kirino.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it didn't work because I still hate her in the end. But you know.
Oh, you motherfucker!
You're
corrupted by Minami.
Oh man.
You have been corrupted by Minami.
There's like one scene where Kirino is crying like a bitch and running out the house, and then he goes back to Minami and is like, "Oh, give me back my brother!" It's like, your brother's not yours anymore. I was like, whoa, darkness.
Seriously, there was even a line on the last OVA, last episode of the OVAs was kind of like similar to that. Like, everything was going so well. That's how I remembered it, I think.
That's how I remember it. Okay.
And then Kirino was yelling out, Dio!
Jojo!
Jojo!
And it turns out that the Phantom Mask was in Kyosuke's room the whole time.
Shit.
Okay, so yeah. So in the OVA, you want to explain the OVA? I don't quite remember it.
We'll just leave it because that's like the ultimate spoiler already.
Okay. Well then, can we still talk about the Minami scene?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We're still in spoiler territory, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Okay. So, Kirino and Kyosuke went to was going home, and they're all friendly now. And
at this point, Kyosuke already settled with everyone, saying like, "Don't tell our parents that we're going out because we love each other." He already did that with Kuroneko. Already did that with Saori.
We didn't mention that Kuroneko and we didn't mention that Kirino and Kyosuke are going out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So they're going out.
That's ultimate spoiler already. So fuck.
Okay. So they're going home, and Manami's there. So and then it's like, let's do this in the park. So they go into the park, and they have this like chat kind of thing, and then Kirino, bitch that she is, she starts taunting Manami. Like smug little whore kind of thing going on, and so she's smugging it up and dissing Manami for all the things she's ever done, and then Manami, spelled Manami, just became Manami. Punched Kirino so hard
In the
that the
freaking
earth
gut.
shook.
I think everybody stood on their seats seeing like Kirino getting gutted like that.
I was eating steak that night.
I
My
was like,
steak was kind of raw, but after seeing that scene, it kind of fired up.
I was like half asleep or half awake watching it. Like, oh yeah, it's the last episode. Might as well get over it. Like, holy shit, what the fuck? It's like fucking like
Falcon punch!
Falcon punch right there in the gut, and then like they were starting like pulling each other's hair out and shit.
Like,
And
broke her glasses.
not only that, they're like full on Precure punching their faces and shit.
It's like Yoli does it. But
Like,
yeah.
Oh man, that was like the most manliest fight ever.
Yep. So, and then it turns out Manami has been plotting the whole time, giving up this like evil facade that no one knew about.
Yeah.
So she takes off her glasses and she goes full Kira on us.
Yeah.
And
Like,
it's like,
everybody's saying that like the yandere in this series is Ayase. No, Manami. Manami's is the truest evil.
yeah. But I would say that, well, I kind of explained this in the Facebook group already, but this whole scene between Manami and Kirino and struggling for the main protagonist is kind of deconstructive because we're looking at two different kinds of characters that we usually see in a visual novel. We see Manami's like the girl next door, like childhood friend kind of character.
That's right.
Yep. So like you see this shit happen all the time in stuff like give me a Muv-Love. Give me another one.
I don't know, Love Hina or some shit.
Oh god.
Or no, Amagami
Amagami.
SS.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So
there we go.
yeah, she's that kind of personified character, and then there's Kirino because like this incestuous shit is like it's not really regularly seen in visual novels and harem anime. So she's
Kinda?
kind of just I think she's kind of personifying this kind of like a natural relationship kind of thing, like
Yeah.
beyond social norms kind of thing.
I think she strongly represents that. Yeah.
Yeah, so she strongly represents this kind of like love your incestuous relationship, which is not seen very often and kind of taboo in anime, versus your childhood friend character.
I want to argue because even though I haven't seen it, I want to argue about that because there's one anime that actually does like full-on incest. It's called the anime is called Yosuga no Sora.
Okay.
I've heard that the main male protagonist is like he had like a harem of other girls, but he ended up with his sister. Not only that, he ended up with his sister and he was like fucking her at the doorstep.
Oh god.
Yeah. Like full on doggy style, and then like the friends comes in, opens the door and see them doing it.
Oh no.
So go on, let's go on to our Oreimo shit. Oreimo is like one step below that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this whole scene, and it's all tense and shit, and Manami's glasses are all broken up, and then, so she goes all full Kira on Kyosuke, and it's like, oh, by the way, here's what you could do. You could love me, or I could do all these things.
What if she was threatening them, like,
Yeah.
what if I just reveal this to your parents and shit?
And then Kyosuke's
Yes.
all, yeah.
And what if I confess to you right now? Will you still take me?
Yeah, and like Kyosuke is trying to stand his ground, and then Manami is like, we thought she's going full bitch mode, and then she started crying, and I'm like, no.
Nah, like
I think
that moment she already lost.
Yeah,
That moment she
arguably,
lost.
that was the last resort.
Yeah,
So
pity.
I would assume that that was still part of her plan. That crying part was also part of her like strategy to try and get Kyosuke.
Yeah.
So it might be fake as well.
She was really content, like hanging around with him,
Yeah.
as like Kirino was dicking off, doing her otaku shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was afraid. Like slowly, Kyosuke was like hanging around with Kirino, doing a bit of stuff with her too much.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
But yeah, how would you rate it?
What, the whole series?
The whole series, of course.
And the spoiler. What would I rate it? thumbs up because, man, would I recommend this? Would I recommend to like a anime viewer like?
Okay, how about this? How about this? Would you recommend season 2, and would you recommend Oreimo, both season 1 and season 2?
I recommend watching only season 1.
Okay.
Season 2 is for people who wants more out of the story, and they may not like it. A lot of people may not like what the end result was.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what like I remember my suggestion to everybody: just play the Oreimo PSP games. If you're not satisfied with the ending of Oreimo season 2, play those games. It's just as believable.
Okay.
As the anime, as the freaking light novels, because like because like I'm subscribed to this guy named Dizzy ZD. I might put up a link to his channel. He was like uploading like translated stuff of the Oreimo PSP games, and he was doing all of the routes, like with Korineko, Ayase, freaking I think Kanako maybe, and Manami or whatever, and he just put it all out. And when I was reading them, it almost feels like you're watching like at the anime, like man, I want Josuke to be with Ayase, and I'll just watch this route. And at the end, you see like Ayase pregnant.
Oh no!
And when I saw that, like my eyes widened, like oh man, I feel sick.
I feel dirty. I feel dirty everywhere.
And not only that, they also have this weird routes that like. Because so in the PSP games, it was before the last novel. It was way before that. They made a what if scenario. What if Kirino and Kyosuke were actually revealed to be cousins? They actually marry each other, and they have their own like little Kyosuke with brown hair and a Kirino with black hair.
Oh God!
And they pretty much looking like their parents, and like I feel sick already. It's so weird, but I think the PSP games will be worth your time. Yeah. So thumbs up on season 1. Season 2 is very faithful to the light novels, and I don't think there's gonna be any more.
I hope not. Jesus Christ!
Because like this story's done. This story's done. I don't want to know anymore. Any more than I will just say like, oh man, it's almost unbelievable as the PSP games. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kirino is still best character.
Oh fuck no. Okay, if I have to rate this shit, I think I'll have to agree. Thumbs up on season 1, but season 2, if you liked season 1, then you could move on to season 2. But if you hated season 1, then don't bother season 2, because in general, I think Oreimo, it suffers badly because of Kirino, because she's the worst girl. Fuck that bitch. But yeah, I think that season 2 in itself, it explains a lot, and before the OVAs, I actually enjoyed it. So I would actually thumbs up season 2 as well. But as a whole,
before the OVAs of the second season?
Yeah, before actually. Just for that scene of Manami punching Kirino, I would actually thumbs that up too. Yeah. So yeah, actually, I would
only for that scene, because the rest of it is very. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for like 3 episodes?
Okay, so yeah, I thumbs up season 1 and season 2, but as a whole, I thumbs down Oreimo.
Because it's how ridiculous.
No, it's just that it's really hard to get into this woman because. My God, she's such a brat. You were like the idea is you're supposed to gunning for the main character, which is Kyosuke. Yeah,
and then you would be citing your hopes to your best girl, which is in your case Korineko.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think that's what everybody like. That's what I was up to. Like I was on board on season 1 because I like Kyosuke a lot.
Okay.
And then season 2 just became a straight up harem, which now really lost my interest on like whatever happened after season 1. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think. Well, now that I think about it, yeah. I would recommend season 2 as well, and I would recommend Oreimo.
So you're like anime friends like, hey man, I'm really bored. I want to watch 2 seasons worth of stuff. Can you recommend me an anime right
Well,
now?
I would suggest...
I'm focusing about I don't know like I don't know somewhat got to do with siblings and shit.
No, if someone asked me, hey, I need to watch 2 seasons of something, what do you recommend? Oh, I would suggest you watch Code Geass and not watch Oreimo. Oh man.
Both have complicated dramas.
Oh man. Both have, but like Code Geass has like the fabulous, but Oreimo's all about the stupid. So don't do it.
Anyway, that's it. That's it for Oreimo. All right, next item we're gonna talk about is a video game. It's called Tales of Graces F.
Oh god.
F stands for future.
What really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because of the extra story after you finish the game.
Okay, right.
That's what it actually
Oh,
represents.
so that's why. Oh, so originally it was just called Tales of Graces, right?
Yep, for the Wii. Yeah.
Oh, so the FR was okay. I get it now.
Yeah. So it's pretty much it's the enhanced version of the original because they had it just more stuff, more moves, more content, more an extra story. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, Tales of Graces is one of the later titles, long line of a JRPG series that originated from the Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And to my knowledge, is like the first Tales game, Tales of Fantasia. It boasts because it has recorded audio. Recorded audio, like vocal audio.
Mm-hmm.
And what I meant by that is not just only like them shouting their attacks. Like in the cutscenes, it's just all text and shit. But it actually has a song intro. A recorded song intro.
You mean the song at the beginning?
Yeah, like when when you put up a Tales game.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Only in Tales of Fantasia it's called Yume wa Owaranai or something.
Okay.
Yeah, Tales of Graces F. I'll let you introduce it. So like, you want to say briefly about what the gameplay is like?
Okay, so Tales of Graces F. Tales of Graces F.
Tell me your feelings as you go through it because I'm really interested.
Lots and lots of. Okay, I enjoyed the silly shit in the game more than the main gameplay. Yeah, more than the main story.
Me too.
Just because I don't have to deal with shit. You know, it's go around and help people with their requests. That's what I enjoy playing about. But okay, so Tales of Graces.
You mean the requests in the
taverns and the inns? Yeah, and they give you a request for items, and I'm like, okay, I got these, I'll give it to you. And they give me like SP points for it, and I get new abilities and skills. Like, yeah,
and sometimes titles as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, so Tales of Graces F. It's a game which kind of follows basically a full-scale anime. I felt like I was watching an actual anime, but also playing a game.
That's what I always feel like when I
play a Tales game, right?
When I play a Tales game, like this should be an anime.
Yeah, this should have been an anime. And basically, this game is kind of fun, but what happens is that there's a main character called Asbel and his brother. What's his brother's name? Hubert. And there's this girl called Sharia, and basically you're like kids of this town called Lant, and basically your dad. Asbel's dad is the Lord of Lant, so he's like the mayor, governor of this area.
Yep.
And basically, you guys are fucking around, and then you go up to this tree area meadow, and then you find this like Terminator, and her name is Sophie. Actually, she doesn't have a name, and so you give her a name, and then stuff happens, and then all these other things happen, and then
her when it's revealed her actual proper name is actually sound better than Sophie.
Protos Haze.
Damn right, that sounds awesome.
Protos Haze.
Protos Haze.
I don't know how to say it in Japanese. Protos Haze or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
So anyway, the gang meets this girl named Sophie, and then she's very unaware of how the world works and shit.
Yeah, she's basically the Terminator in the beginning of Terminator 2. So Why do you have to kill people? It's stuff like that, you know?
It's my mission.
Yeah. You don't have to kill everyone. Why? You know, kind of stuff like that. So
My tweet says I gotta destroy Sarah O'Connor.
who's John Connor? Destroy him. But yeah, and so basically, so you meet this girl called Sophie, and then you meet this prince called Richard, and you guys are going out fucking around, venturing, and then something happens in one of your adventures, which leads to Sophie dying.
Yep.
And so Asbel, which is basically who basically takes care of Sophie now, goes really, really guilty because he's supposed to be taking care of her.
Mm-hmm.
And so he goes off and he wanders off to
A night academy.
he goes off to and he signs in to join the Federation to kill some bugs, and he comes back a badass. And
Yeah, because at this point there is a large time skip.
yeah, so basically 7 years passes and you're all grown up and you start having hair in places where you're not supposed to have hair. And so basically he comes back home and all this stuff is happening, like political situations and fights and deception and trickery. And so after a while it turns out that it turns out Richard is now the heir of the throne to some kingdom, but now he's not the king. But his uncle basically kicked him off the throne, so you come back to try and usurp the throne. And it turns out that you think that the whole time you're the good guy, and then when you get amount of this, it turns out that you're the bad guy. And then this turns from civil conflict to full scale world domination, kind of like save the world kind of battle, like all the other Final Fantasy games.
Yep, it pretty much turned out like that. So I think we should just stop there because
I'm trying not to spoil it for this game for people who want to play, because I played through almost 60 hours on this game. If someone spoiled that shit for me from the beginning, I'll be like, fuck this game, I'm not playing it. So no, I'm not gonna say too much. But honestly,
what did you think about the characters then?
Characters, I really, really like Captain Malik.
As like an active, like controllable character in the game, like in the battles, or like his personality.
I like him in the battles and his personality and what he basically brings to the group of fighters. Because basically he's a character of a very, very tragic past, and every time he goes into his own flashbacks, he plays this kind of like Godot-esque jazz music thing going on, and so he's like, life isn't that bad and stuff like that. I recall one of the skits within this game. By the way, there's skits, so if you go into parts of areas, if you find a discovery, usually there's a skit that talks about this discovery. For example, there was this one time where you go and you find a peach tree in, like, I don't know, some kind of snowy land or something. You find a peach tree and you find a peach, and then Sophie's all like, hey, why does this fruit look like a butt? And it's like, but it's peach. It's like, no, it looks specifically like Sheria's butt. Oh, really?
Shit, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
This to be fair, there's like a whole bunch of like comparing Tales of Graces to what you call it, Excelia now. The skits in Graces are much more funnier.
Yeah,
because the characters, because like there's so much you can do to play off like very generic archetypes of character personalities. Like you have the noble good guy, you have the uptight brother, you have the cute childhood friend, and you have the oblivious Sophie.
And then you have Malik, who's basically the soldier living a lie.
Yeah,
you know, he's like Liquid Snake or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, like a really hardened.
He's Revolver Ocelot of this series, dude. Yeah. But
and then you have Pinkie Pie type of personality.
Oh yeah, I love Pascal too.
Pascal, yeah.
But yeah, the game, I like the characters. The characters are really fun, and most of the time, except like maybe Asbel, who's like
Yeah, I don't like Asbel.
No, I like Asbel when he's not being a bitch, which is rare, but most of the time, actually, I like Asbel for a few moments of the series. A few moments. Like, I didn't really like him in the beginning because, he's all about, oh, I'm guilty. My past is all my.
Yeah, everything's my fault. I'm
Yeah,
trying to fix it.
crawling in my skins. These wounds will not heal, kind of thing.
That type of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really like Asbel in the beginning. I didn't really like Hubert in the beginning, and then Hubert started getting more fun over like a while, and then like
That's
in the
right.
future arc, I'm like, oh my god, Pascal and Hubert. Wow, okay,
Wow, yeah, oh my god, you saw, oh yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, like that's the chemistry that I did not see.
I didn't see that coming. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta ship someone, I guess. Okay, so
They didn't have to, but wow, Hubert,
yeah, Hubert, really? They're like
go for it, Hubert.
yeah. So let's talk about gameplay.
Yeah, right. Tales of Graces has the best battle system on a 3D plane.
Really? My
Yeah.
God.
And why is that? Because the innovation of Tales of Graces actually it encourages you to actually sidestep a whole lot, avoiding enemy attacks just to avoid their enemy attacks and then counterattack. That was like the whole point. And it includes Tales of Destiny remakes the chain capacity bar. Man, it's really long and complicated. But I think Tales of Destiny remake is the best, has the best battle system on the 2D plane. And I showed you like a video of it, didn't I?
Yep.
Yep. Like what Leon Magnus, like my favorite Tales character, can do. That's Tales of Destiny remake. And it may not look like it, but you actually, because like it uses pretty much the same chain capacity system. So you can pretty much chain your all your attacks like just as long as you have enough CC available to use.
But this game, I think that maybe I'm just not very good at this game, but Asbel is shit when it comes to chain capacity.
Why?
Um,
Because you use it too often. You run out of CC too often. What is it?
more like okay, I sometimes run out of CCs too often, but what I really like about CC is that I would believe that I could combine multiple kinds of fighting styles into one character, and I could basically chain a combo together and fight this guy off so that he couldn't hit me first before I hit him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, by around the end of the game, I don't do as much damage as I was in the beginning of the game. What I mean is that okay, I'm fighting this final boss character, and no, actually,
Right.
no. Before that, you fight these side characters where you get these like magic orbs, and you put
Okay.
yeah, and then you
Yeah.
put it into these mech monsters, and you go and fight them. But the thing is, they deal a lot of damage. So what you do is that you parry around him, be a little bitch, just stab him when he's ignoring you, and then just let all the characters who do AoE damage to just be in the back, spamming the shit out of him.
Did you take advantage of the monster's weaknesses?
I don't need to, because my characters basically do a shitload of damage, so it doesn't really matter what weakness you actually have. Just destroy him. So
At least,
well, more like I don't really care because I'm not the one doing most of the damage anyway. I just poke him, so I just let everyone else do it. So what happens is that this guy is trying to kill me. So he's putting most of his attention on trying to kill me. I just keep on sideswiping and stuff like that, stab him a bunch of times until he still attacks me, and then I have Captain Malik, Pascal, and Sharia just firing nuclear missiles at him until he dies.
So most of the time you're just sitting back and just let the.
No, I didn't sit back, but I keep.
No, I know, but like you're trying to like wear down his like his super armor.
No, more like I let him try and attack me, so that he keeps on trying to attack me, and I just keep dodging, and then all of my characters are in the far back, just firing shots at him. You know. So even if I try to die, I still have Sharia there to heal me up.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter what, that monster has to try and kill me before he kills everyone else, which is impossible because I'm not attacking him. I'm just dodging.
Did you find it particularly fun, or is it just or is it just that's your solution to?
That's my strategy.
Tough.
That's my strategy after I fought Kurt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that's how you did it?
Okay, so like there's Kurt, Kurt is basically he's this badass dude who has these gun lances on both hands.
That's right.
And then he screams dragon and tiger and whenever he uses like different combos. Basically what you have to do is kill him, but he's like Lubu in Dynasty Warriors. So no matter how many times you hit him, he doesn't feel a damn thing. So he could attack you, but you can't attack him, kind of.
Yeah, that's what I meant by super armor.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of like introduced in the PlayStation Tales games that enemies do not falter because you have to hit a certain amount of times before they actually react to your attacks, like they would stagger and shit.
Yeah, but all these monsters afterwards stagger. But Kurt. He doesn't stagger at all, so you just gotta keep on getting his attention while Malik cluster raids his ass to hell, So
that's weird. That's weird because like the way I normally play Tales games is actually getting, landing all my combos.
Yeah, but the thing is, okay, Asbel, right? His combos aren't really connected sometimes. Okay.
True.
Like how he's one of those characters which. He uses Iai Jitsu against characters. What Iai Jitsu is that in Japanese it means sheathing your blade and putting it back in kind of deal.
Yep.
So basically all his attacks is kind of counters to attacks. So when you do combos, you take him out and then your combo meter is low, so you gotta wait for him to attack you so you could increase your CC, then keep on going at him. He's not one of those characters where you could kind of chain between A and B arts a lot.
Yeah, you can.
You can, but okay. Most of his attacks are kind of like most of his attacks is trying to stagger these people, so it's kind of like a charge up to something like Moonlight Requiem. I forgot. No. I forgot what that attack is. He does this like circular strike thing and then attacks everything around him.
Yeah. I know. I think I know.
Yeah, that attack is similar to one where he jumps up in the air and he creates this like damage AoE attack around him as well, and similar to an attack where he basically Inferno Torrent. Yeah, he slashes his sword and then it attacks everything in front of him with fire.
Yeah,
all three of them are charge attacks.
Yep.
So you can't link a combo afterwards. And the thing is, I really like I really like attacks where you basically do A arts, and then when you're almost done with your A arts, you move on to your B arts, and you keep chaining that one, and then you move on to your A arts,
Yeah,
I really want attacks like that, but Asbel's not the type of character who could do it.
At that point of Tales of Graces, the linear motion battle system most of the time doesn't allow you to link B arts to A arts.
Yeah.
I remember having that same problem that problem with Tales of the Abyss.
Because I want to play this game and I want to air juggle this bitch, but it's almost impossible. It's not like Dynasty Warriors where you keep on mashing square and trying.
Yeah, because the game doesn't let. I think
have abilities like that who could do it.
If the game just lets you just keep doing combos forever, I think then the Tales game would have been labeled as I'm like the combat as too mashy.
Yeah, so
because it has its own limit. It purposely sets its own limitation to have not let you connect B arts to A arts or like pretty much because I know the frustration because like when you take your sword out and doing your B arts
and then you have to put the fucking sword back in.
Yeah, because you want to continue the combo with an A art again.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like you see him actually do that frame of like I'm putting my sword back in. I'm gonna put my sword back.
I would expect the fighter swordsman character to be able to do air juggles. Something like that. Massive combos as opposed to all the other mages who could basically.
And then you're not using the right you're not using the right characters, or you're not mapping your your C stick.
Yeah, I did that afterwards, but I beat the game, but I'm just a little not satisfied with the fighting.
Fighting,
Yeah.
because I think Tales of Grace's combat is really fun.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's like your like, because like I juggle between Asbel and Sophie, and
Sophie is a good character to play.
no, it's weird because I think they're both balanced, because with Asbel, some of his B arts include projectiles.
Yeah.
Like there's some moves that, like, if you actually do that B art and then press that button again, there's like an additional attack with that. Actually, like, it'll purposely give you more distance and a bit more time for your, like, okay, you're gonna do your next move, or you're gonna, like, tell your caster to do this move in advance to lengthen your combo.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, because when you do it at the end of the combo, you can just like tell Malik to do, I don't know, ground dasher or whoever or whatever, or air pressure. At that time, your CC should be able to recover.
Yeah.
And then you can, at the end of his move, you can, like, finally, you have enough time to sheath your sword back in for another AR combo.
I don't like that. I really don't like that.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, but I feel like I could do more combos. I mean, I'm the guy in front fighting with the sword, so I should be able to hit more, As opposed to every fucking time I play, where Malik and Pascal just blood flame and air pressures the shit out of this guy. And I'm just like there, just chilling with my sword and drinking some potion while they're all filling up. I want to go in there and hit them,
What about the weapons that they actually have? Really kick-ass weapons?
I really like what they do with items in this game, just because I like dualizing, I like to cook shit.
Make shit, yeah.
Yeah, I like to make shit, so, like, when I collect all these ingredients, I make, like, parfaits and katsudons and all these... Yeah! Yeah, and then you can fill up on your mixer, so that's really awesome. And
yeah, that mixer is a real... Like you have to figure it out. You actually have to, like, set some time to figure out which is the best combination for your Eleth mixer.
Yeah, but after a while you just get it, and there's even an Eleth mixer which basically reduces enemy damage by half, but it drains a lot of your mixer. So I made it a perfect combination between adding and decreasing your mixer just to fight the final boss, but it's okay. But yeah, I like dualizing a lot, but when it comes to weapons, aside from your shards, I don't see a point in using your crystals to dualize new weapons, because after a while, when you beat the original game, you actually end up with the strongest weapon anyway. So there's no point in dualizing. Yeah.
There's more,
of course. But...
There's more better. Like, there's this thing, like you think that you already have the strongest weapon. There's even more better weapons.
Yeah, but
than what you have.
I mean, at the end of the game, every single character has a badass weapon. Like Malik has the Undertaker boomerang, but Asbel doesn't seem to have one. That was kind of weird. Maybe I just missed something, but Asbel doesn't have a final weapon. I'm like, what? So I just kept him with his platinum sword and just had him fight the final boss.
Platinum sword, ooh.
Yeah. So so what happened was that there's crystals all around the game, and you could combine the crystals with your swords and weapons, and they turn into new weapons with names on them. That's kind of cool. But the thing is, when I build this new weapon, like maybe next time I go to another town, I get a new weapon anyway. So I just basically wasted that crystal when I could use crystal on this new weapon, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, alright, that's not what I do with my shards.
No, not shards, I mean crystals. Two different things.
I mean, like, the crystals, because I don't dualize my weapons.
Yeah.
The thing is, I dualize my armor instead.
Really? Wow,
I dualize my armor and making special accessories. I made when I figured out the dualize system, I made it my mission to get an accessory to increase my CC. That's all I did. And then I put it on Sophie.
Ugh.
Because I love chaining shit with her. It's so great.
Yeah, maybe I just suck at this game, but I beat it anyway.
No. You're playing. You're at least you're you're actually experimenting around with customization because like that at least this game gives you a whole lot of like options. Like what type of person are you? Like are you a combo focused guy like me, or are you like you wanted more damage? You wanted like your fights to end quickly and smoothly. This game offers you that.
Yeah, but yeah. In the end of the day, I really like this game, and I really enjoy the skits more than the actual.
The
boss.
skits are great.
The skits are great, and I love doing requests for ends, and I love to explore places. And yeah, aside from that, the main story it's good.
Weak.
It's
weak.
It's good.
It's weak.
It's kind of lacking.
I'm telling you now. Tales of Grace's story is super. Comparing to other Tales games, since I played like a good amount of them, it's more weaker.
Yeah.
I think the one with the best story is Tales of the Abyss.
Okay. All right.
Because there's like a subtle theming of like music and religion.
Okay.
And I say that now, but when you actually go through the story, it opens up like why is this happening? Why is that happening? And then like you're halfway through the game, and like everything's fine and dandy, and then this shit happens. Like the actual story time, the actual like main story. If you just focus on the story and don't do much of the side quests, it actually clocks to like 86 hours.
Jesus.
It's a long game, and it's just one DVD for the yeah. It's a PS2 game, so it's all of that in one DVD. That's more interesting content than what you get like in this PS3 game, Tales of Graces. If that sounds to your liking, people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't officially beaten Tales of Graces F yet, so we'll have to see.
Dude, like at the end of the main story, did you find that hard?
Okay. So what happened was that you go to the center of the earth. You journey to the center of the earth.
Spoilers. Yeah.
And you fight through everything, and you beat all these mini bosses with the arc reactors inside of them, and you find the arc reactor and you put it inside of them and you kill them and you get extra experience and money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like a multi-layered dungeon.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Because guess what? That's the end. That's the end of the original Wii game.
Yeah.
That's the final dungeon. That's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna finish the game for sure.
So what happened was that I loaded up on supplies because I wasn't sure when I'm coming back. So I got all my life bottles, all my heals, all my grape gels, and everything. I go in there, and I feel like I'm getting my ass handed to me because every 5 seconds I have to use a life bottle to help someone. It's like, oh shit, you can't just heal yourself, can you? And so every 5 seconds I have to go and heal up and help people. And then when I reach the final level, the final layer, almost the final layer.
You mean like the actual center of the earth? Because
Almost.
I remember
Before you reach like this like tangent plane kind of thing with floating lands.
Yeah.
Before you reach that. Actually, when you reached it.
Yeah, when you reach that's when I started to like pay attention. Like, holy shit!
Yeah.
I bet the monsters here are even more crazy hard.
No, they're just ridiculously easy. Because...
Yeah, and like they all have like that. Was it that Nova armor? That
no, they don't have. They don't really have any because they're ghosts.
They don't have?
No, they have it, but they're ghosts. So Asbel basically kills ghosts easily, for me. So he just nukes the shit out of them. No one has to give a fuck. And then I notice how by that point, my supplies are fucked up. I have no life bottles left. I have to rely on Curry or maybe Sharia or Sophie, who occasionally saves my ass. So
weird.
I was all fucked up.
I never had. It's weird because I never had that problem.
Yeah.
Because most of my time, I don't rely on items at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe because I was fighting a lot of mini bosses.
I think. Do you grind?
Yeah, I grind a little. So.
A little.
Yeah, so that's why maybe I'm dying a lot.
Yeah.
So, and plus those raptors and wolves, man, they gang up on people like Sharia and Malik, who basically does like long range damage, and so they die easily.
Yeah, I know it's hard to protect them.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's one of the reasons why they include the link system in Tales of Exilia, because when you link with someone, they're actually following you around.
Yeah. So
And then like especially like AoE casters, like I don't know, like Elise, she's not strong at her physical attacks are not that great, but her magic attacks are pretty damaging. So I link her with me, so she goes around wherever I run to.
But yeah, so basically,
Yeah.
I beat it. I go to that final dungeon. All my supplies are almost gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I decided maybe I should go back and explore a little bit because I had one of these core things again when I went back into the plains area, and I could use it back on that monster that doesn't have a core upstairs. So I go back up there, and then they give me an option that says, "Hey, you want to go back to the top floor?" I was like, "Yeah!" I go back, got all my supplies back, went back there, killed that final boss, and I killed that mini boss like he's nothing, and then I go and fought the boss, and he was so damn easy. He was big, yeah, which is an easier target for Malik, and so he just died like a bitch. And well, actually, yeah, he died like a bitch. I had a little bit more. I had a little bit more trouble fighting evil Richard rather than evil.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Yeah. So yeah,
I think the final boss of the future arc will whoop your ass.
I feel like it's gonna whoop my ass already because I remember I was in one of the dungeons and I found an Amarcian key, and when I was in like Fodra or something, and they basically say, hey, if you have that key, you could go back and you could find a dungeon which has a key to unlock something. So I went to, so this is the part of this. So right now I'm at the part where you go back to Strata, which is basically the desert area.
Yeah.
And I was just exploring around, fucking around, because there's nothing to do anymore except go back there and just talk. So I go to a separate route, and I notice all the monsters are way more harder.
Yeah.
So I go to the very end because I know I'm gonna get screwed. So I go to the very end, get whatever supplies I could get, and get out. Don't attack any monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out that a Martian key is right at the very end of that.
Jeez.
So I know I have to come back here. I'm not coming back. I'm not gonna fight now. I'm gonna come back here. So I know I was screwed.
They have enough resources to like utilize better like I don't know, armor or whatever.
For what?
At that point in the future arc, since I have like a whole bunch of stuff, I started focusing on dualizing stuff.
Oh, really?
That's only because through most of my main story, I did not dualize much at all.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
But it turns out
I did everything on raw power.
Oh jeez. Yeah.
Just like whatever I buy from the shop, I'll use it.
It turns
whatever
out
I get,
when you go to, you could actually make items using the mixer as well. So that's a good idea sometimes. So there was this one time where the mixer actually saved my life because I was running out of life bottles and it just kind of churned one out.
Wow.
I kind of shit a life bottle out of the mixer and I was like, yes! Oh, that was lucky. Basically, you could make crystals using the mixer. There's a small chance, like maybe 2-3%, but it still counts. Like, I made one crystal. That was it.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I need...
Oh my god, man, I think we're nearly clocking 2 hours again.
Oh, god damn. Next time, we need to stick to 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know, man. Or maybe I have to, maybe I can just, cut around stuff.
Yeah, cut around stuff if you don't have to.
Yeah, far out.
Yeah, go ahead.
So anyway, what's your final thoughts for Tales of Graces?
Okay, so Tales of Graces, it's good. I'm giving it a thumbs up, even though it's a little lacking, just because of all the silliness in the game. And
I think the funny parts is just what saved you.
Yeah, the fighting part. No, actually, I really like the silly shit. So if you're collecting items like seeds and you go back and you put it in, or I've been playing parts where you see cats in all the cities, and you basically feed a fish or some kind of seafood to these cats. And when I fed the last cat when I went back to Barona, they sent me to this cat Disneyland shit going on.
Oh yeah, Cat's Corner.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is surreal. Yeah, like that. And there's also this one part where every single city has a plushie. There's a plushie you could like get, and basically if you go back to like one of the cities, there's a sick child there, and if you give him like plushies from every city, something happens. But so far nothing has happened because I've reached the future arc. You go back to his house and you basically
Oh yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe with Tales of Grace's F, because some of the side quests that you're gonna think that you're gonna go back to in the main story in the future arc, it's not there.
Yeah, so the kid is gone. I would think that he's dead.
Dead or like doing something else.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's dead. He had cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, too bad. I'll just get all the plushies back.
Okay. Well, since I'm super crazy biased that I loved pretty much all Tales games, I'm giving Tales of Graces a double thumbs up because when I just found out last year, I think it was around March, that like, hey, Tales of Graces is out in English for the PS3. Fucking buying it like fast shipping, like I want it now. Like just released in America, and I'm like, oh fuck it. Thank God the PS3 is region free, so I can just like get a US copy and just play the shit out of it. So and when I played it, I had a good time. Just like the only downer for me is the story, but everything else, like from the funny characters like Pascal, like saying silly shit, and then like the surprising, I don't know, like pairing of like Hubert and Pascal's like that. That's like the real gold nuggets throughout the series, and I really love the combat system. I think it's pretty much. I think it's slightly better. It's slightly better than Exilia because of it's just pure like using chain capacity as its main driving point, and like how useful dodging around enemies is. If you know what you want out of your fights, then you can just go ahead and like customize how the way you want to fight. You can like take advantage on the strategy menu, just like tell Hubert not to do A arts, just do B arts.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, like there's like a whole bunch of customization that you can do, and like a whole bunch of items and a whole bunch of like side quests. I think to anybody who's like still jaded about like what JRPGs are right now, it's like right now it's just freaking straight up fan service or very hollow gameplay, which not much variation.
Final Fantasy.
Like there are only few games out there right now that you can still get. Like there's Xenoblade for the Wii.
Get Xenoblade, the new one, when it comes out on the Wii or something. That's the one with the robots.
Oh yeah, the new X game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now you can still get Xenoblade for the Wii, and it's a very good game. Last Story is second to that, but right now Tales of Graces is definitely something that you need to experience. If you can get through the child arc, and then waited patiently enough to go to the actual main adult story, like when Asbel is like more of an adult and everybody's grown up and actually move the plot forward, then it's super fun. And yeah, I think that's it for our show. We went crazy long again.
God damn it.
We ramble on because like we love our shit.
Oh man, next time we really need to cut this down.
I guess so. I haven't made a proper format, but
I'm surprised people are still listening in. Jeez.
Fuck it. Like most likely I'm gonna like cut this like recording in half and just like upload 2 videos instead of like go part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
Well, I guess part 1's got to be Oreimo because we went nuts with Oreimo and we spoiled the shit out of it too.
God.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it for me. You can contact us and just drop like in a comment below. If you're watching it on YouTube, you can just go hit like if you want and comment whether Arkuz is actually doing his gameplay right in Tales of Graces.
Please help me finish the game faster. I want to play Uncharted 2.
Oh, you're gonna play Uncharted 2?
I want to play God of War first, but
play Uncharted 2. Uncharted 2. It's a good movie game. And so go ahead, comment. comments saying that Cornetto sucks. Here knows better. So anyway, my name is Jen, and this is my buddy Arkuz.
Hey.
And see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Woo! Yeah, a director's cut. like Super Shumi Show uncut.
Okay.
Where because like maybe in the spoiler section I'm gonna like cut bits off.
Super Super Shumi uncircumcised.
Super flaccid Shumi Show. Super Shumi Show flaccid cut.
Oh God.